Good morning, team. I'm so glad you guys are here this morning. We're as we work through our. I was hoping it was bright enough outside, but I think that doesn't really work. We're going to be working through our ball stretch. So if you have, you can roll up a yoga mat, a towel, a blanket, anything that can give you a little bit of a lift, and then something, a towel or a strap, a yoga strap, or a band for our hamstrings and IT band stretch. So if you have those tools, we'll use those a little bit later. If you don't, I'll give you some options without them as well. Like usual, as we come together, if you can set your space just a little calm, whether it's opening a window, lighting a candle, figuring out some way to make your space a little sacred this morning, and then slide your weight up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. And then slide onto the heels, lift the toes. You can shift around a little bit in your body. We're not going to spend a lot of time standing today. We're going to come down to the mat fairly quickly. Slide the weight to the outside rim of the foot. And then shift onto the inside rim of the foot. Just rebalancing. And center your feet. You know, what's so great is that we don't do a lot of high hovers, low hovers today. Shucks. Soften the knees. Good morning, Akiko. And then flex the quads, pull the knees back over the heels. I know that it's risky that I'm in workout attire because it could mean that we're going to exercise a little bit, but I was just cold and soften the knees. So we do have like 3 high hover, low hovers, if I'm being completely honest. And then set the knees so they're right over the heels, squeeze your bottom, press your hips forward. And then slide the hips back. So as the hips come back, you take the hips to the back wall. You're trying to go from one exaggeration away to the next. So as you do that, good morning, Karen. I love when you check in and we can say hi to one another. Shift your hips to the right. So as you bring your hips to the right, again, you're just opening it up. I missed you yesterday, Lisa. I know you got to do it later, but I missed our banter. And then switch to the other side. So in that, just like usual, you'll notice that one side might have more range of motion or be a little bit tighter than the other. Pay attention to that. We'll also check in on when we get to the mat in that same way. And then take the hips so they're right over the knees, right over the feet. Good morning, David. Take your shoulders, roll your shoulders forward, tilt the chin to chest. So you're engaging the pecs, opening up the back, drawing the hands forward. And then pull the shoulder blades back and down, open up the heart, look up towards the ceiling. Release the shoulders, take the right ear to the right shoulder, trying to create length through the left side of the neck. Oh, that's so sweet, Lisa. And switch other side. You gotta treasure when they wanna hang out and stay over at Auntie Lisa's. You gotta treasure that. And then bring the head center. So the head is stacked right over the shoulders, ribs, hips, knees, and feet. Take a deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. So you're scooping your belly button in towards the spine, and then round the back, draw the hands to the mat. Relax the muscles in your jaw. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Let's start our time together, seeing what we can let go of. Instead of ending there, see if we can let go on the front end so we can soak up our time together. And then one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll yourselves up, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, roll your shoulders back and down. Now take your left foot, bring it in front of the right. So you just cross over the feet. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge, keeping the navel drawn tight towards the spine. Scooping all of the abs round your back. Now you can lean into your left foot. You can lean into your right foot. Find where you have more productive of a stretch. So for some, that inner rim or the outer rim of the foot is going to give you a bigger stretch. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll yourselves up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, stack your shoulders, take a deep breath in, keep the same leg. Exhale, clasp your hands and reach to the right. Hey Paige. I'm just glad that you're here to say hi, that we're still in this together. Now switch to the left. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, come center and then draw your hands forward. So you're trying to create a pull back with the sternum. So you pull the shoulder blades wide apart from each other. Inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades down. Let go of the stress that you're carrying in your neck and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, arms up. Release the arms and switch the leg. So take that right leg in front of the left. Reset the body. Nice big deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, hinge. Scoop the navel to spine, round your back. Play around with your weight. So you could feel a deeper stretch if you press into the big toe of your left foot. You could feel a bigger stretch if you press into the big toe of the right foot. Play with that. See where you're sickling or moving to reduce the stretch. So you push in to your counter contraction. Inhale. Exhale, let go. One more time, nice big deep breath in. Exhale, slowly roll yourselves up. Squeeze your behind. Pull your belly button in. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, clasp your hands, and lean to the left. And switch. And center. Now bring the hands forward, push the palms towards the front, pull the shoulder blades back, away from each other, and then down. Now lift the hands one more time, release the arms, uncross the feet, come to the back of your mat, deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Scoop the navel to spine, round your back. Release whatever stress you can, and then walk your hands forward, high hover. Remember, anytime we're in that high hover, you can put your knees down. Low hover. Press your chest through. The thighs are still hovering if you can. Let the weight of the hips pull at the hip flexors. So we're using gravity load here. So if I put my hips down, it's a little bit different stretch, but right now you're letting the hang of the weight pull at the hip flexors. Now sway a little bit right to left. If you find a spot you need to linger in, stay there. Now come to the center, look over your left shoulder. When you look over your left shoulder, your right hip flexor lengthens just a little bigger. And switch, look over that right shoulder. Come center, set the knees down, drop your body down to the mat, reach behind, grab your right foot, and we're going to do 2 sets. So if you can't grab both feet, just hang on to the right only, and then we'll do the other leg when we do the second set. So you're either here isolating your right leg, or you reach back and grab the left. Bring your body down to the mat, big deep breath in, and then exhale, pull your feet up. So you're kicking your feet into your hands to stretch the hip flexor, the quadricep, squeeze your glutes. You're creating tension here. So your foot is kicking into the hand to deepen the stretch. Inhale, exhale, release. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, pull up. Kick the feet into the hands. So if you're on the right foot, remain one more time. Inhale, come down. Exhale, peel up. Squeeze your behind to lengthen the hip flexors. And then inhale, let it go. Release one or both feet. Bring the hands to the shoulders and sink back into that child's pose stretch. Bow your head. Take the palms underhand. Feel the weight of the elbows fall into the mat. Inhale. Exhale. If you can, take the left hand, feed it underneath the right, and look over the right shoulder. Keep drawing the tailbone down towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, switch. That right hand comes under. Look over that left shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, bring both hands back overhead. Flip your palms down. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, come back into that high hover, digging the toes into the floor or keeping the knees down. Now, once again, you squeeze the glutes. That's going to lengthen our hip flexors. Come down into a low hover. Press your chest through. This time, lay your thighs down. So a little bit different stretch. The feet are flat and the thighs are resting on the mat. And then we push into the earth so that we lengthen the spine and lift the heart. Look over that left shoulder. See how big you can rotate to the left. And switch. Look over that right shoulder. See if you can turn a little bit bigger. Now come back to center. Lay yourselves all the way down. Little visitor. Gonna have to move, little buddy. Now, if you had just the left foot or just the right foot, do the opposite one now. Otherwise, so if you need to grab onto one foot and even up, great. Otherwise, you grab onto the second foot, come down on an inhale, and then exhale, peel up. We have 3. So you come up, you're kicking your feet into your hands to deepen the hip flexor stretch. You can rock a little bit front to back. Find where you can hold some stretch and tension. And then inhale, come down. Exhale, peel up, kick your feet into your hands. That will also stretch where your shoulder attaches into the chest. One more time, big deep breath in, come down. Exhale, peel up. See if you can push into the hands a little deeper. Squeeze your glutes a little tighter. And inhale, release both or one foot. Bring your hands right under the shoulders. Push back into that hand and knee position. Dig your toes into the floor. Lift your tailbone here in that down dog, inverted V. Tread the feet. Lengthening the hamstrings. And then set your feet down. Lift the right foot. Trying to take your right foot as far away from the left as you can. And then pull the right foot through. So you come into pigeon. Now, once you're in that pigeon stretch, think about putting the angle of the leg where you get the deepest stretch. So you can have the foot tucked in. You can have it parallel to the edge of the mat. And then just play with that range of motion. What gives you a better stretch? Being a little more elevated off the floor with a more parallel shin, or having that foot tucked and drawing the hip closer to the ground. Play around with that movement. Find what serves you. And then if you can, crawl forward all the way onto that forehead if that feels right. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, let go of that hip. Now walk your hands back. Rock your weight onto the right hip. Take the left leg out to the side. So now you have that nice tall upright position. The right foot is tucked in. Lift the body, twist to the left, and then lean forward. If it doesn't feel good to have this bent, then you can straighten it out a little bit. Find what feels right for you. And then as you crawl towards that left leg, see what angle we're trying to push the right hip down. And then you see what angle feels good in that forward flexion. Take your right ribs and try and bring your right hip ribs towards your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, release, let go of the tension. Inhale. As you exhale, crawl your hands up. Take your right foot, turn it out. Again, you can keep it exactly as it was and just double that stretch. Otherwise, we come into inversion, twist, and then bow towards that left leg, trying to counter contract with this right hip. So as I lean in to the left leg, I press down into the right hip. Inhale. Exhale. One more big deep breath in. Exhale. Walk your hands back. As you come into that, you're going to take both legs out to the side. Same thing, sit up nice and tall, walk your body forward. So for some, just the hands in front feels great. Some the palms, the elbows, the forehead. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more big deep breath in. As you exhale, crawl your hands back in. Bend your knees, come over onto your hands and knees once again. Dig the toes into the floor. Lift the tailbone, press back into that inverted V down dog. Lift that left leg. Once again, the left foot goes as far away from the right foot as you can get it. Now pull that left foot into pigeon. So now you're on the other side with that stretch and see what that looks like. It's going to be different side to side. So don't default to what you create as your normal. Each day, realign and reassess what feels right and what feels good for you. I could change the angle of my shin. That might elevate the hip and make me feel less effective in the stretch. And it's actually going to be more effective in the stretch if we continue to push that boundary a little bit and find our tight spot. And then from there, walk your hands forward if you can. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Release what you can let go of, whether that's tension in your hip, your back, your hamstrings, mental, physical, emotional. Release what you don't need. Press into that right hip a little bit deeper. One more big deep breath in. As you exhale, crawl your hands back in towards you. Take this right leg out to the side so your left leg is tucked again. If that doesn't feel good on the knee, find a spot that feels right. Lift your body as tall as you can. Turn to your right leg and then lean in. You're trying to take the left ribs over to the right thigh with that hip staying down. So you're aiming the hip down. Some of you it's gonna float and you're just setting the intention that the hip stays down, counter contract into the hip, rotate, left ribs, right thigh, lean in. Inhale, exhale, let go. Inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands back in. Take your left leg, invert it if that feels okay for you. Sit up nice and tall, reset your alignment, turn your body, and then once again, bow towards that right leg. When you turn and drop down, press your left hip down. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, press a little bit deeper into your left hip. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back. Take the legs, both of the legs nice and wide to the side. Flex your feet. Fire Sauce says, good stretching, everybody. Now that I've touched him, he's not gonna leave. Now take that left arm up and over. So as you reach the left arm over, push the left hip down. Right hand reaches across to the left. Nice big stretch through the obliques, the intercostals. Look upward just a little bit, see if that deepens the stretch. And then switch. Take that right arm over to the left. That left arm comes underneath. Reach. So you're trying to take this right hip and drive it down. He's got a visual on the hand. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale, come up nice and tall. Now from here, we're going to start with the back stretch and then go into the hamstring IT band stretch. So from here, if you have a yoga mat, you can roll up, a towel, a blanket, a yoga block, a roller, anything that can elevate the hips or a ball. And then first, laying yourself down, feel what your back feels like against the mat. So you have that space and we want to just assess it so we can see how tight our back is today. So from the tailbone to the next point of contact, pay attention to the length and the height of the lift of the spine. And then from there, bend your knees, lift your bottom, place your obstacle underneath your tailbone, and then straighten your legs. Now we're gonna hang out here for a few breaths. I want you to think about the elevation of the hips, allowing your hip flexors to lengthen. So that lift of the tailbone is going to have this distance that there's now a drop that the hip flexors have to stretch. So breathe a few times into that. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, quit contracting and holding the legs. So we have to let the leg weight go. And that's going to take mental connection with the body to trust to release the weight of the legs. And there will be a little discomfort in the hip flexors when you do so. Inhale. Exhale, let go. The hardest part of this stretch is getting the release of the legs so that they're not gripping and continuing to hold. So when we elevate the tailbone, we want to deactivate the hip flexors. If they're holding the weight of the legs, then they're going to be activated. So concentrate on releasing, letting go of the hips. The legs should feel heavy. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale. Soften your knees. Let your knees drift in towards your chest. You may have to adjust where your obstacle is at this point. So again, if you need to roll that in or out, find what feels right for you and then let the knees hang open. While you're in that stretch, relax your face, your jaw, settle your mind, your heart. Close your legs, straighten your legs, flex your feet, and open. You can assist that stretch if you want. You can rock side to side if you want. Inhale. Exhale, close your legs, soften your knees, let your knees hang open. See if you're still tensing the neck, the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, close your legs, straighten your legs, flex your feet, and then kick the toes towards your head. So it's not big, it doesn't have to be fast. Every time you pull the toes towards your head, that hamstring lengthens out. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the flexion at the ankle, send the legs out. Inhale. Exhale. Once again, close the legs, bend the knees, let the knees hang open. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, close your legs, straighten your legs, flex your feet, slide your hands up the calves, and then lift your head. So you're lifting and folding yourself in 2. Inhale. Exhale, set your head down, send the legs wide, take your hands, gently press out and away on the calves, the hamstrings, where you can hook the toes and hold that bind. You're using the strength of your quadricep to lengthen the hamstring, so it's okay in this position to flex the quads to be able to straighten the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Let go. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and bring the legs together. Soften the knees. Now one more time, set your feet down one at a time. Lengthen the legs back out. We're gonna sit in that hip flexor stretch one more time. See if it feels a little bit better this round. Let go of the weight of the legs. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, slide the feet back in, pull the knees back in towards the chest, let the legs hang open. From here, straighten the legs. Close your legs. Bend the knees, one at a time, set them down. Peel your hips up and away from your obstacle. Remove the obstacle, and then one vertebrae at a time, roll your spine down. Straighten the legs, and then assess what it feels like after. So the tighter your back muscles, the tighter you are, the bigger the difference of the before and after. So if yours feels the same, the stretch is still great. It just means your back wasn't as tight on the starting end. If your back now melts to the floor where it once was lifted, your muscles are really tight and could use that a little bit more often. Now from here, roll yourselves up, reach towards your feet. So you're going to come up into an upright seated position, lean in. That could be touching the quadriceps, the shins, or you can grip your feet. There's two different ways to work that. You can pull your feet towards you, creating, so when I come into that tension, that can lengthen out the gastrocnemius and the soleus into the Achilles. I know. Hey Lisa, could you feel your hip flexors change from before and after? I'm curious. Mine are really tight the first time, and then the second time they feel a lot less painful. So I'm just curious if anyone else feels that. The second way you can use this stretch in these feet is to push the feet into the hands. And then when you push the feet into the hands, you'll feel it pull the shoulder blades away from each other. So if you know that you have a lot of back tension, instead of isolating and using the hands to pull on the feet, use the feet to push, and that'll pull the scapula a little wider, the shoulder blades a little bit wider, stretching that upper back. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release that. If you have, oh good, yay. I was hoping I wasn't alone on that. If you have a strap, a yoga strap, or a stretch band, or a towel, we're gonna put it around our right foot. Oh yes, Sudha, I love that, yay. That's so great. Now, you can put one loop around your foot. You can put two if you're using a band. So in that, let me grab a towel so I can show you what that looks like as well. So you could use anything that gives you a bind. Did he get one out? So with that, you put that around that right foot. It says, if you're not gonna pet me, release me. And then with that, you can grab as close as you want to the end of the towel or to the foot. So from there, you're straightening your left leg. Just that alone, so easier on the stretch if my knee's bent. A little bit deeper stretch if my leg is straight. Now in that, rock the leg a little bit side to side. Now front to back, just a few inches forward, a few inches back. So some of you, your foot's gonna be way closer to your head, some it's gonna be further back. There's no wrong. You find what feels good today. But you do want your tailbone down. So if you feel like you're really flexible because you're lifting this hip up, that's a false sense of stretch. So you wanna have your fulcrum first, hips down, and then create that little push-pull, and then circle your right foot, looping up that hip a little bit. Now we're trying to loosen it up so that then we can take that right foot, bring it across the left side into that IT band stretch. Again, key, right hip stays down. If I lift that hip, it's not the same stretch. It's not bad, it's just it won't get the IT band. So if that feels good for you and you wanna go for that, you can choose any position. All positions are great and valuable. But if that IT band has been tight and that's what you're after, you want to keep this hip anchored. And we're going to tease that again, circle that right foot, loosen it up, and then draw it across. Flex the foot, flex the thigh, push the hip down. So those are your 3 points that deepen the stretch, pushing into the tailbone, flexing the quadriceps so the knee is straight, and then flexing the foot. One more time, circle it. And bring it across. Inhale. Exhale, release. See if that'll drop just a little bit lower or closer towards your head. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. Soften the knee, switch the foot that's in the bind. So once you take that left leg into the towel, the yoga strap, the band, whatever you have at your disposal, then straighten the right leg. Again, I could choose that it feels better for me bent. If I want to deepen the stretch, I would lengthen it. Can it be somewhere in between? And then just start that little out and in, out and in. And then up and down, front and back, front and back. Where you put your towel or your strap matters. So more towards the ball of the foot is going to flex the foot more and deepen it. More towards the heel is going to make it so that you have less flexion of the foot, a little bit eased of the stretch. So you pick what you want. If you want to intensify, take your towel or your strap more to the ball of the foot. Now circle that left leg. So we have 3 in the same way on this side. Now take the left foot, bring it across the right side. Keep that left hip down. So the left hip is anchored. Flex the quadriceps, so you're trying to straighten the knee. With your foot, see if the angle can help you get where you want with that stretch. So you could turn your toes in a little bit, turn your toes out a little bit. Come back to center and circle. We have 2 more to loosen up that IT band. Every time you circle, that hamstring is lengthening. And take it across. Aim that left hip down. Tailbone presses into the mat. Straighten the leg as much as you can. Flex the foot. And one more time, friends. Circle that left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Let it drift back over for the last time in that IT band stretch. Press the left hip down, straighten the leg, flex the foot, deep breath. Exhale, see if you can let it drop a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Now bring that foot back to center, soften the left knee, bring the right knee in to meet it, set your towel, your strap, your mat to the side of the mat, and then take your right foot onto the left knee. In that stretch, we're going to finish with some spinal rotation. So in that stretch, when we come into rotation, if there's one you prefer, go ahead and adjust how you like. Flex your right foot and let your right foot drift over to the left side of your mat. Take that left arm, hook the thigh, and then take your right arm and float it out to the right side. Concentrate on letting go of the tension in the back. Big deep breath in. Exhale, let go of your hip, the tightness in your back, the tightness in your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. As you exhale, bring this right knee back to center. Now before we switch legs, straighten that left leg and then bring the right knee across the body once again, deepening into that rotation if you can. Take the left hand, gentle push down. Take the right arm out and twist away from the knee so you look over that right hand. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Now pull the right knee into the chest. Bring the left knee into the chest. Rock from hip to hip. Loosening up just again before we go into that other side. Now settle in the center. Take your left foot over right knee. So we come into that hip opener, that glute stretch for a second, and then flex your left foot and take that left foot, let it drift to the floor. Bring your right hand underneath and through, and then gentle pressure on that left thigh. Right arm comes up, float the right, or left arm comes up, float it out the side, and then look over that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, let go of the tension in the hip, the back, the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Your body's going to want to grip the muscle in the legs, and we want to make a conscious effort to release the thigh, both the right and the left, and then let that left thigh drift a little closer to the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, tuck this left thigh back in towards you, straighten your right leg. In that position, one more rotation. Take that left knee across the right side of the body. Left arm comes up and open. Look over the left fingertips. Each exhalation, release the tension in the back, especially right here, that mid-thoracic spine and lumbar spine. Little grip and try and hold tight. Exhale and let that go. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more big deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your left thigh towards the chest. Meet it with the right. Rock from hip to hip. Take your feet down to the floor. Final stretch. Open up the legs. I think I've said that 3 times, but this is really our final series. So we're going to do an inversion that might not feel comfortable for everybody. So you could hang out here. I want you to end in a space that feels good for you today. Right here, letting those hips open up. The shape, so your feet could be closer to your tailbone. Your feet could be farther out. That position could bother you, and you could be straightening the legs here. Find what serves you. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Let the weight of the thighs pull and draw the knees towards the mat. Now we'll come back to this. You may stay here. Otherwise, heel toe your feet so that your feet go wider than your hips, and then let your knees drift in. It's a second little IT band pull, a little stretch. It's a little uncomfortable, and you're on the inner rim of the foot, letting the weight of the thigh pull at the outer portion of the thigh. I could switch and go one leg, and then let the other leg pull, or I breathe into that dual stretch. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale. Exhale one last time. Let go of the weight of the thighs. Now carefully heel toe your feet. So you don't want to wrench the knees back open. So you bring the feet back together. Open up the legs one more time. In that position, roll yourselves up and then reach your hands in front. So that could be holding onto your feet. That could be hands on the floor. Oh, thank you, Edie. So some of you can rest all the way down onto the floor with your forehead. Go into the position that feels right for you. You could use your elbows to create just a little more press into the thighs. You could use your hands to pull, so you could pull your body closer to the floor. Inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs. Once again, reach towards your feet. Big deep breath in. Exhale, sit yourselves up nice and tall. Turn over so you're on your hands and knees. As we come back into standing, we want to again be intentional with what we pick back up. So you dig your toes into the floor, scoop the navel to spine, lift the tailbone, press the hips back, shift your body weight fully to the left and to the right, and then come center. Walk your hands in, dangle the arms. Whatever you can release, physical, mental, emotional. Let it go here. Let the weight of the head feel heavy and drop towards the floor. Let the weight of the arms feel heavy and drop towards the floor. And then as we roll up, grateful for what our body does for us, squeeze the glutes, pull the belly button in, roll the shoulders back and down, lift your heart to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, arms come up. And exhale one more time, big deep breath in, arms up. And exhale, give yourselves a big hand. Happy Sunday, you guys. I appreciate you joining me this morning. Hopefully your body feels a little bit looser, a little bit more loved, so that we can start our week in a good space. Again, I know there's a lot going on, and I know there's heaviness not only in the world, and locally, but also just, I know so many are going through so many things. So just know that I'm thinking of you. I love you guys. And the great thing is you're not alone. So we're all in this together, and giving our body, learning to let go of stress with our joints and our muscle, and all of that is productive in the same way of learning what things are productive to hang on to and what things to leave and let go of. So thank you for practicing that with me. I feel like I have to practice it every 5 seconds. So, but if we keep practicing it, then we get better at it. And then we don't continue to hold tension and stuff that doesn't serve us or others. We can choose the things that can make a bigger difference in the world. So I love you guys. Have a great day. And I will be sending out the schedule this afternoon. So hopefully, or evening, sometime today. I love you guys. Take care.